What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another poker vlog. We're on our way back up to Black Hawk. We're going to be playing at the 1-3 at the Mayor Star. We didn't have a great session last time, but I know we could turn it around this time around, so let's see what we could do up there. I do have one trip planned. We're going to San Diego October 17th through the 21st. I will be at 7 Mile Casino playing some games there. I will let you guys know exactly what date I will be up there in a future video, but if anybody's out and about in 7 Mile Casino in San Diego, October 17th through the 21st, let's hang out, play some poker, and just have fun. But for now, I'll see you guys out on the tables, and let's have some run good. Alright, you guys, in the first hand, I look down at pocket sevens under the gun and decide to raise it up to 12. Under the gun, you could opt to limp. I like to make my hand look as strong as possible. Could have those ace-king, ace-queen, or king-queen suited holdings, so we decided on a raise. We put it up to 12, and you have the hijack that makes the call, comes back around to the big blind, and he makes the call as well. We're going three ways to a flop, and the flop comes quite horrendous. 6, 7, 8, all hearts. We flop middle set. However, the board is so wet, so connected that just not much we could do right now. We're hoping to check it around and hope to pair the board, improve on the turn, but unfortunately, that doesn't come as the Jack of Hearts hits the turn. It's about the worst possible card. We don't improve, and now we're left with all kinds of nasty cards. Any heart, any two pair, 10-9. We're drawing dead to a lot, you guys. You know, your 9-5 holding, your 4-5 holding, your 10-9 holding, like I said, any heart. So we check it around. River is a 3. Offsuit 3, again, big blind checks, we check, and again it checks around, so it doesn't look like everybody's got a holdout, so I flip my cards thinking they might be good sometimes here. Nope, big blind shows us the 4 of hearts for a 4 high flush. In the next hand, I look down at 8-9 suited, and I bump it up to 13. We're in early position, and we have 2 callers, and we go off to a pretty good flop of Jack 6-10 with 2 clubs, giving us the open-ended straight draw and a flush draw. Gentleman in late position decides to bump it up to 15 after we check it, and we make the call. We go off to a river that is way off, not letting us improve, with a 2 of hearts. We're still sitting with a 9 high, but he slows down and only bets $8, so we make the quick call here. And we know what we're going to do on the river before it even comes. The next player folds, and we're heads up to the river. The river comes again, an offsuit 5. We don't improve, but like I said, we already knew what we were going to do. We lit out for 35, putting the pressure on him, and he almost immediately mucks. Our read was right, and we're going to take this one down. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, as we look at the best possible creation. Pocket aces in the best position possible. We're on the button, and we bump it up to 13. The small blind folds, and it's onto the big blind, who, after thinking for a little while, decides to bump it up to 35. This is music to our ears, you guys. 35 is now the bet. However, it folds around back to us, and we're going to slow down and play as if we don't want to make the call. Sometimes I like to pretend I'm a Hollywood actor and take my time with things just to make it look a little suspicious, so that's exactly what we do. We count out the $35 bet that he put out, and pretend like we're about to only make the call, but instead we bump it up to 115. We raise it up an extra 80, you guys, putting the pressure on him. But as soon as I put in that $115 bet, he does something amazing and goes all in. You can't make this up. You can see there's the 115. He goes all in, and almost immediately I toss in the $1 chip to announce a call. I flip over pocket aces, and he flips over pocket kings. Yep, aces versus kings, make it better. This is the gentleman that beat us in the last video with our pocket queens against ace king, where he flopped king king. So hopefully a little revenge time for us here, you guys. Aces versus kings, and we go after a great runoff where he does not improve, and we win a big pot here. He was all in for about 340. We were sitting at about 420, 450 at this point, so we had him covered and take the whole stack. Great hand, great pot. Let's keep this run good going. Just one orbit later, I look down at Queen 10 suited, and we bump it up to 15. We get 3 callers and we go 4 ways to a flop, which is a beautiful looking flop of ace king king all black. Beautiful flop, just not for our hand. So when the early position leads out, we fold it down and we move on to the next one. Alrighty guys, in the next hand, I look down at pocket threes, and anytime you have such a small pair, you could opt out, like I said before, you know, flat calling, and at this position it was already raised up to 10, so we make the call to 10, hoping for a set mine. It doesn't always work out, but you have to kind of play these hands in a way that you would play, you know, your ace king, ace queen holdings. Your range is going to be quite large at this position, but you want to play your hands almost the same way so people don't get a good read on you. However, as you guys see, the board came 8 king queen, and we're just not going to continue with this one, but it's okay to pay some money to see some boards when you have a decent starting hand. Let's look at a premium hand, you guys. I look down at ace queen suited and bump it up to 12. We have 2 callers and we're in late position, so we'll be sitting pretty with the flop, and the flop does come quite favorable with a queen 4 ace. However, 2 spades and early position leads out for 25. It folds over to me quite fast and I make the call fairly quick, not letting him think much. So when the turn card comes in offsuit 7, he checks it and I announce a bet of 40, and before I could even grab my chips, he folds. So yeah, just gonna muck my cards here, take down this pot before I even put the chips in for a bet. In position again, I look down at king 10 suited, bump it up to 13. Now sometimes in these low stakes, you guys, we have a lot more limpers, people that just call to see a flop, and that's exactly what we have here. We go 5 ways to a flop as I have 4 callers to my $13 bet, but we're sitting in good position, so we'll see where the board takes us once it comes up, and it does not come our way. The board comes 4 queen 7 with 2 hearts, and it checks around to the hijack and cutoff. Hijack makes it 10, cutoff calls, and we're not ready to fold just yet. We're going to make the call as well and see a turn card. The other 2 players decide to fold, and we go 3 ways to a turn. The turn card does not help us improve. In comes the queen of diamonds, and now the hijack goes back for another $10 bet. However, the cutoff instantly bumps it up to 45, and once again we have to lay it down. In the last hand of the session, I looked down at pocket fives in the big blind. And if you took anything away from the last couple sessions, it's to make your hands look strong. So I take all my advice and check the big blind. Don't do that. Make sure we bet, you guys. However, the board does come pretty favorable. With Jack 10-5, we flop bottom set. That's the second one of the night, so we're pretty excited. And we're gonna check it and let somebody bet into us, hopefully. It does come, but however, a pretty small bet. Only a $5 bet, and yeah, we're gonna call, hoping that they go a little crazier on the turn. The turn doesn't really change much. It comes to 4 of diamonds. It does bring in the backdoor diamond draw. We still have the front door straight draw, and I make my second mistake of the hand, checking this one over, letting the queen of diamonds get there, completing both the flush and the straight draw. So not much I could do now at this point, you guys. I check it, and late position bets 20. I'm gonna have to call this, see if he got there, and he shows us ace jack of diamonds for the nut flush. He hit top pair, top kick on the flop, and we just let him get there. So after losing that one, you guys, we call it a session and cash out for a little bit. All right, you guys, as you saw, that was a great session. In for 300, out for 615, and now we're out with my lady and my best friend, having some drinks at 1-up. Good session. Those pocket aces against pocket kings really paid off. Made the whole night, so what are you laughing at? Look at her. She can't even. Hey, me and this guy going to Vegas soon.
Woo! Vegas.
We'll see you in
the
Vegas.
books.
You want to go? Thank you so much. Make sure to like and subscribe, you guys. There's Dalton and Tori. We'll see you on the next one.